All right, guys, just got home. Had to settle down and make sure to get everything straightened out. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Not gonna sit up here and act like I'm shocked that we would have lost this game. I thought that this was gonna be a 50-50 game, so I'm not mad that the Chiefs won. It is what it is. I've been trying to tell you guys, before I get into that, just congratulations to the Chiefs fans. And you guys have been respectful. Chiefs fans have been respectful every single time I make a video about them. So I'm pretty sure once this video goes up, Chiefs fans will once again show their class. The only part of Chiefs Nation that's disrespectful are these fucking Swiftie fans. Gosh, man, these Swifties, fake ass teenage white girls, man, that just continue to really bring that fan base down. So Chiefs fans, I apologize to you guys if I say anything that's out of mind. But yeah, these Swiftie fans, man, fuck these Swifties. But going back to this game, Sean McDermott has to go, man. We're never going to win with this dude as our head coach. And it's not all on Sean McDermott. I'm not going to put all of it on Sean McDermott. But you have to really come to a point. We are in year 8 of this regime, guys. We are in year freaking 8 of this regime. How long will it take for you McDermott fanboys to realize that this dude is not the answer? Josh Allen is going to be 28 years of age. We are wasting his physical prime. His physical prime, we are wasting it. How long before you guys start to realize that this dude isn't the answer? Because when it was 4th and 9, with the game on the line, you decided to take the ball out of your best player's hand and place it to a guy in Tyler Bass who's been terrible for the right hash for the entirety of the season. This is not like Tyler Bass it's rare for him to miss kicks at that spot. The data actually shows you throughout the entirety of the season, you guys can do the research, Tyler Bass has been terrible at that spot. So knowing that you have the data, because you know these coaches have a lot of analytical data, right? They have their specialists out there. Knowing how he's been terrible for that particular spot, why, with the game on the line, and even if we make that kick, you're giving Patrick Mahomes the ball back with 1 minute and 55 seconds and 2 timeouts. Why? Why would you even take that chance to give the ball back to Mahomes with that much time back in the first place? That entirety of that long drive, they decided to kill the clock. They wasted 6 minutes off that drive. 6 minutes. And listen, here's Joe Brady. This is going to be part of Joe Brady's fault. Knowing that the game plan was taking the clock down, because you took 6 minutes off the clock, so you did that. So you did that on purpose. You hit that clock for 6 minutes. So knowing that you ran that shit down, why in the absolute fuck would you decide for Josh Allen to... And listen, I don't know if this is a Josh Allen problem or this is a Joe Brady problem, but either way, we decided to take shots on shots on shots when we were in the red zone, and we didn't kill any clock. We did nothing. I don't know. I don't know what the issue is, man. I mean, I don't know if Joe Brady designed it. I don't know if he designed it for Josh Allen to take those little checks, because we had Kincaid, we had Stephon Diggs on the wide open on the crosser, and that wouldn't have been a first down because the safety was already coming up as soon as Diggs was ready to catch it. So that would have been like a 4-yard gain anyway, but it would have set us up a lot closer a position to get the first down than anything over. But I don't know if these guys were the first reads or not. I don't know if they were the primary reads, or if Joe Brady designed the play so that we can take shots deep in the end zone. I don't know whose fault that is in that matter. But Joe Brady, you got to talk to Josh Allen on that microphone through that headset, and you got to tell him, Josh, you know what? We took that shot. It was 3rd and 9. Stephon Diggs was there, but I don't blame you, because if Chris Jones doesn't affect the play, that's a touchdown. So that's why I'm saying I think that 2nd and 9 might have been on. I think that 2nd and 9, it was designed to take a shot. But if we didn't get it, then 3rd and 9, we got to focus on getting the sticks. Because the whole point of this 6-minute drive was to kill the clock off. It was to purposely kill the clock. So I don't know, man. That entire last drive was it just gave me a headache, and I'm speechless. I'm not going to be clear. I'm not going to be concise. I'm just spinning it off the top of the dome. But one thing that I am for sure of, and I've been saying this for weeks, is that Sean McDermott isn't the coach of this team. He's a phenomenal regular season coach. He's a phenomenal regular season defensive play caller. But when it matters most, when we talk about going against the best coaches in the National Football League, he will always choke. He will always lose when it matters most. And in a situational moment, guys, when it is 4th and 9, knowing that your kicker has struggled at the right hash for the majority of your season, you decide to take the ball away off your quarterback's hands. Especially when you had a 6-minute drive, you decided to take Josh Allen off the football field, and you decided to put the game on the line to a kicker that has struggled all year round. And because of that, it wouldn't even have mattered if he made the field goal. Because if he would have made the field goal, then guess what? Patrick Mahomes drives down the fucking football field. He gets the team to field goal range, and he gets the team to potentially in field goal range, maybe even potentially scoring a touchdown, because they're going to kill the clock. They're not going to give Josh Allen the ball. You think they're going to give Josh Allen the football back with 1 minute and 55 seconds and 2 timeouts? All that time they have, all they need to do is get in field goal range, and all they're doing now is just killing the clock. They're not going to give Josh Allen a chance. Because Andy Reid understands situational moments. He has situational awareness. The dude can adapt when it comes to his game management style, something that Sean McDermott can't do. So they would have probably went down there, drove down the football field, because our defense couldn't stop a fucking cold all day or all night, and they would have kicked the field goal to win the game, and we would have had, and the conversation would have been, oh, well, McDermott's defense lets it down again when Josh Allen, the offense, gave them the lead. That would have been the conversation. So I blame, ultimately, the head man has got to take the blame. The head man's got to take the blame, guys. And does he deserve to take all the blame? No, but he is the head football coach. This is the guy that's supposed to lead us to a championship. Guys, it's been 7 years, I think 7 or 8 years since his hire. The last 4 years have been some of the best Bills teams that we've had since the Super Bowl era days, back in the early 90s. And we can't win when it matters most. In the crucial moments, in crucial situations, whether that's the fucking 13 seconds when we played prevent defense not once but fucking twice to allow them to get a field goal, a game that we should have won. You look at the Cincinnati Bengals game when it was 24-10, when our defense couldn't stop a lick, and our offense couldn't produce, and at home in snowy weather. Whether if it was the game against the Houston Texans, when Deshaun Watson was able to drive down the field and kick a game-winning field goal in overtime. And now we look at this game. Every single freaking game that we play against, in the most crucial moments, in the most crucial situations, we can't get it done. And we have wasted a prime Josh Allen. We are wasting, and I'm going to get to Stephon Diggs in a moment, but you are wasting Stephon Diggs. He'll be 31 next year. Jordan Poyer, you wasted his prime. Now you may have to let him go. You wasted Micah Hyde's prime. You may have to let him go. Matt Milano's going to be 31 years of age, coming off of a significant injury. Terrell Bernard should be there. He's going to get better. But we're wasting. Looks like right now a prime Ed Oliver. We're wasting. Von Miller. That looks like that might be a waste of a contract, because he may not ever be the same player again. We have to hope that next year, a 35-year-old Von Miller is going to be back to his original form, coming off of a fucking torn ACL that he can never recover from this season. We are wasting we have wasted this Bills era. We have wasted it. We have wasted this fucking regime. We had a championship team for the last 3 years, and against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals, we have fucked this roster. We can't get it done with Sean McDermott, guys. We just can't get it done with him. And it's fine. It is what it is. He is simply a coach that can't get the job done. Tom Thibodeau, Mark Jackson, Marty Schottenheimer, Jim Morris Sr. when he coached the Saints in the 80s, when he had that team being successful. He just can't get it done. We have yet to make a Super Bowl with arguably the last 4 years championship rosters. We cannot outcoach the elite coaches when it matters most. And until you guys realize that, matter of fact, until the Pagulas, mostly Terry Pagula, understands that, we are screwed. There's a reason why, and you can go back to my first video when I sat up there during the season. I said we are going to go 11-6, and we're going to lose the divisional round. Now, I said we're going to lose to the Bengals, but we went up against the weakest Kansas City fucking team in 7 years, and we still couldn't get the job done. We still couldn't get it done against the weakest Kansas City team in 7 fucking years. It does not matter what we do next year. We can go 16-0 with the number 1 seed, and it won't matter. Because when you have it won't matter. Because against elite teams, against elite coaches, your head football coach and this football team, this franchise, can never get the job done when it matters the most. And listen, your players couldn't show up. James Cook drops another wide open touchdown pass. Sherfield, it's a difficult catch, so I can't really blame him there, but he drops that. Stephon Diggs on a fucking wide open bomb drops a huge gainer. At least, worst case scenario would have been a huge gainer. He drops it when it matters most. We can't step up when it matters most. And if I'm and knowing how we're stuck with McDermott for another year or two, when this fucking stadium is going to be built in 2030, Sean McDermott's going to walk out with that fucking team on the tunnel. When Josh Allen is going to be like, 31, 32 fucking years old. When Josh Allen's going to be like, 33, 34 or somewhere around that age, out of his fucking prime. I don't know what to do. We're never going to beat the Chiefs. We're never going to beat this team when it matters most. And the sad part is we make Nick Wright look like a genius every single fucking year because he's right. It's undeniable at this point. It's undeniable. I will never, ever argue a point that Nick Wright ever makes with the Buffalo Bills again. I will never argue it because every single time he makes a prediction about Buffalo, when it comes to beating Kansas City, he always gets it right. We beat the fucking Chiefs in the regular season, and then we lose to them in the fucking playoffs. When it matters most, we can't do it. I don't give a fuck what he does against the Chiefs in the regular season. Next year's game will be meaningless. It doesn't matter if we win that game or lose. It will be meaningless. Because when it matters most, we can't get it done. And unless we fire Sean McDermott, the Buffalo Bills we won't even get to a damn championship Super Bowl appearance as long as Sean McDermott is our head football coach.